There's a quiet pattern many cat owners notice. Orange cats often behave a little differently. Softer in some moments, strangely bold in others. Not louder, not better. Just distinct in a way that's hard to explain, yet easy to feel. And today, we're gently exploring those small, curious behaviors that seem to belong only to them. Here's something most people don't realize. Orange cats are not a breed. They're a color pattern tied to specific genetics. And that same genetic pathway subtly influences how they process stimulation, comfort, and social bonding. It doesn't make them magical, but it does make them fascinating. 1. Orange cats often act confident without being dominant. Many orange cats move through spaces like they already belong there. Not aggressively, just calmly assured, as if the room has already accepted them. They'll sit in the center of activity rather than hiding at the edges. It's confidence without tension, and that balance is rare. This doesn't mean they're fearless. It means they assess quickly and then relax. You might notice your orange cat entering a new room, pausing briefly, then settling down as if they've always been there. That pause is the key. It's thoughtful, not reckless. A practical tip here. If your orange cat seems unusually calm in new environments, don't rush them. Let that natural confidence unfold on its own. They thrive when their quiet self-trust is respected. 2. They form loose but deep attachments. Orange cats often bond strongly, but not clingily. They may not follow you everywhere, yet they always know where you are. You'll feel their presence more than see it. And somehow, that feels even more intimate. Imagine this. You're moving around the house, busy, distracted. Your orange cat isn't in the room, but the moment you sit down, they appear. Not demanding attention, just aligning themselves with you. This behavior suggests something subtle. Orange cats often synchronize rather than attach. They don't need constant reassurance. They prefer quiet emotional alignment. And that creates a very steady bond over time. 3. Orange cats test affection instead of assuming it. Many owners notice this strange habit. An orange cat may approach, stop just short of contact, and wait. They're not hesitant. They're checking the emotional temperature. It's a small pause filled with awareness. Here's something even more interesting to know. If you lean in gently or soften your posture, they move closer. If you're tense or distracted, they often step back. They read microsignals with surprising accuracy. This makes them excellent emotional mirrors. If you want more closeness, slow your movements and breathe evenly. Orange cats respond to calm far more than to excitement. They meet you where your nervous system is. 4. They're unusually playful, but only on their terms. Orange cats often retain kitten-like playfulness well into adulthood. But it's not chaotic or constant. They choose moments that feel right, then fully engage. And when they're done, they're truly done. You might notice sudden bursts of zoomies, followed by deep relaxation. There's rarely an in-between. This pattern reflects efficient energy regulation rather than hyperactivity. They play with purpose, then rest without guilt. A helpful tip? Instead of frequent short play sessions, try fewer but deeper ones. Let them chase, leap, and finish naturally. You'll notice fewer restless behaviors afterward. 5. Orange cats often talk without meowing. Not all communication is vocal. Many orange cats rely heavily on body language, eye contact, and positioning. They'll sit where you can see them, not necessarily where you can touch them. That visibility is intentional. Here's something most people overlook. When an orange cat slowly blinks from across the room, they're not being distant. They're initiating connection without intrusion. It's emotional contact with boundaries. If you blink back slowly, you're speaking their language. This silent exchange often deepens trust more than petting. Especially for orange cats, less stimulation can mean more connection. Stillness matters. 6. They often help in oddly specific ways. Orange cats are famous for involvement, but their help isn't random. They tend to interfere with tasks that emotionally engage you, not necessarily physically demanding ones. Writing, reading, cooking, moments where your focus narrows. Imagine this. You're concentrating deeply, and your orange cat places a paw on your arm. Not to stop you, just to re-anchor you. It's a gentle reminder of presence. This behavior may be linked to social awareness. They notice when your attention leaves the shared environment, and they restore balance by inserting themselves softly. Not disruptively, deliberately. 7. Orange cats forgive faster than most. Conflict affects cats differently. Many cats hold emotional distance after a negative interaction. Orange cats, however, often return sooner, cautiously but openly. They reset rather than record. That doesn't mean they forget. It means they prioritize emotional harmony over control. You might notice them reapproaching with softer movements or lowered posture. That's reconciliation in feline language. If this happens, acknowledge it quietly. Avoid overcompensating with excessive affection. Respectful space builds trust faster than apology gestures. 8. They choose warmth in every sense. Yes, orange cats love physical warmth. Sunny spots, blankets, laps, but they're also drawn to emotional warmth. Calm voices, slow routines, predictable energy. They seek safety more than excitement. Here's something subtle. If your orange cat prefers one person over another, it's rarely about favoritism. It's about nervous system compatibility. They gravitate toward regulated, steady emotional states. You can become that safe presence. Speak a little slower, move a little softer. They notice, even when it seems like they don't. 9. Orange cats often appear simple, but they're not. Many people label orange cats as goofy or clueless. In reality, they're often emotionally efficient. They don't overthink situations that don't require it. They conserve mental energy. This efficiency can look like silliness, but it's actually selectiveness. They engage deeply only when something matters to them. And that's a form of intelligence we don't often measure. If your orange cat seems carefree, it's not because they don't notice things. It's because they choose peace when possible. That's a quiet strength. 10. They create routines, not schedules. Orange cats thrive on familiar flow rather than strict timing. They don't care if dinner is at 6 or 6:15. They care that the pattern feels right. Consistency over precision. You may notice them waiting calmly instead of demanding, or adjusting easily when plans change slightly. This flexibility makes them resilient companions. They adapt without anxiety. A small suggestion. If you want to build trust, focus on repeating experiences, not exact times. The emotional rhythm matters more than the clock. Orange cats feel patterns, not minutes. 11. They often watch before they act. Orange cats are observers. They'll sit quietly, tracking movement, tone, and energy. Then, once they understand the moment, they join. This delayed participation is intentional. Imagine this. Guests arrive and your orange cat disappears. An hour later, once the energy settles, they return, relaxed. They weren't scared, they were studying. This trait makes them excellent judges of atmosphere. If your orange cat avoids someone, it's worth noticing, without judgment. They're sensitive to subtle emotional cues, and they trust their instincts. 12. They rest deeply and fully. When orange cats sleep, they surrender completely. Exposed bellies, relaxed paws, loose whiskers. This level of rest requires trust, and they don't offer it lightly. If your orange cat sleeps near you or facing you, that's emotional safety, not habit. They feel protected enough to let go, and that's meaningful. Protect that trust gently. Avoid sudden noises or forced interaction while they rest. Their deep sleep is a sign of emotional health. It's something you helped create. 13. They bring quiet joy, not constant stimulation. Orange cats don't overwhelm a space, they warm it. Their presence settles rather than excites, and over time, that becomes grounding. Many owners say life feels softer with an orange cat around. Not dramatic, just steadier. They absorb chaos and return calm, without trying to. This may be the most unexplainable part. Not behavior, but impact. They don't demand attention to be felt. They simply are. Science can explain genetics. It can measure behavior patterns, but it struggles with quiet emotional resonance. And orange cats live right there, in that space. If you share your life with one, You've likely felt these moments without naming them. The calm confidence, the soft presence, the forgiving nature. None of it loud, all of it real. And maybe that's why people remember them so deeply, not because they stand out, but because they settle in and stay. In rooms, in routines, in hearts. Take a moment today to notice your orange cat. Not what they're doing, but how they're doing it. There's always something quietly unfolding, and there's always something more to discover. Next time.